Let me move this over so I could see you guys and look straight
And
at
of
you.
course, Jason had to start speaking right in the intro, but you know how it is. It's Wednesday. Jason's here, but we are live. My name is Nico Lagan, and I am your in house conservative. Two people to my left is Rob Ambrose, our token lefty. And as always, we review what's going on in the news. Our goal is simple. We want to show you that it is possible for a lefty, in this case, two lefties, and a righty to get along. And if we don't get along, you know what we do? We actually have a civil conversation like normal human beings. Because never forget, common sense has no political affiliations. What's going on, bros?
Yo, feeling
Gentlemen,
it.
gentlemen, how's Jason? How is life going in the mean streets of Hermosa Beach today?
It is hard to survive. This morning, someone told me he's living the dream. I asked how he was doing, and he said, living a dream. And I ran for my life.
You know what? A nightmare is considered a dream, right? It's not a good dream, but it's still a dream.
Included but not limited to, yes.
That's
Yeah,
right.
just the same. So, guys, by the way, just so you guys know, I'll be on the road until probably Tuesday next week. So you'll see me record from different places. I'm at McDonald's right now. I've recorded so many podcasts from all over the place. But hey, if you have a good mic and a shiny bald head, it shouldn't be too bad. Although there's a lot of light shining off that bald head of mine. I should get a hat just for the next week. How are you doing, Rob? You good?
Yeah, I'm pretty good here. Looks like another good show on tap today. So where are you at now? How far did you make it?
We are about 2.5 hours. We are about 4 hours outside of Augusta, Georgia. So we'll be in Augusta. I don't know, man. We're literally just outside of Atlanta. We're literally like 20 minutes from Atlanta. We're just on the west of Atlanta. We're gonna go through Atlanta, and then we're gonna stay in Augusta. I've always wanted to go to Augusta, but I want to play golf. You know that's where they have the greens. That's why they have the green jackets every year. The Masters. Oh yeah, I've been golfing it forever, bro. Over the past few years, it hasn't happened, but I used to play like high 80s. You ever take? But I play 40, 50, 40, and real one. No mulligans, no fucking bullshit crap. But I would play 40, 60 times a year. I was in sales, man.
I guess it's all golf. If I get like 2 pars on 18, I'm like, fuck yeah, that's good for me.
Yeah, no, I agree. But it's definitely. I would love to play at Augusta, and unlike Tiger Woods, I'm not black, so I could.
Could you even?
Do you know that? Like, did you know that though? That if I'm not mistaken,
real recently, wasn't it? Like the 90s or something.
What do you call it? Tiger Woods was the first black guy to be allowed to play at Augusta. Play at the Masters. Not only the Masters, but like, of course he did. It was Tiger in his prime. I would have been more surprised that he lost than anything else.
Name one more dominant athlete in their era than Tiger Woods.
Michael Jordan.
I think. Yeah, you think Jordan?
Are you talking about dominant? More. In my opinion, he was more.
6 rings, 6 MVPs. Yeah,
he's the best basketball player of all time. He is not the McQueen, LeBron James that fakes like he's playing soccer. Have you seen this? What a bitch! That guy's such a bitch.
The game has changed.
I wish Nico had a I wish you had
a bunch of pussies. Yeah, the game changed. They're a bunch of pussies. I remember back in the days when I played basketball, elbows were thrown. Yeah. Like you look at, shit. What's the name of the guy? Yeah, not the same thing, right?
Well, Jordan played before the flagrant foul. So the flagrant foul wasn't introduced until 1990-91.
But he was playing the 76ers that were recognized to be
Pistons. When you play the Pistons, they were like ticky-tack foul. The same thing as a clothesline.
No Dumars.
And they're gonna get their money. If you look, I think it's either his coach, the guy that wrote Winning, which I can't remember what the name of the guy is. It's either him or Michael Jordan on his, he has a Netflix series where they talk about how much of an asshole he was, and I was super impressed. I'm like, that guy's not an asshole. He's fucking number one for a reason because he don't train bitches.
Two things can be at the same time. You could be an asshole and a winner. I mean,
yeah, that's right.
Most winners are assholes.
It's hard to be at the top of your game like that and not
and be loved.
Yeah, I'd get
And-
knocked a little bit arrogant, I think. Kobe Bryant was the same way. I think he, everyone respected him, but I don't think a whole lot of people liked him.
But what I was going to say though is that Jordan, I remember, I think it's during, it's one of the two. Oh, McFakey there.
Fucking LaFlop.
I think it was Jordan during the Netflix series. He was explaining that because he played against the Pistons, he had to put size up. He was too small.
Yeah.
Instead of being a little bitch, he's like, I'm going to start hitting the gym. His coach was saying, we're going to put some mass on you so that you can actually stand up to those guys and not get pushed around. Because Jordan was a skinny bastard.
But it's
like, he was not a.
But Rob is right. It's a great
guy.
Conversation, because when you think of like Tiger being dominant in sport in the 90s, Michael Jordan is a dominant in sport in the 90s. You got from my wheelhouse, Karch Karai was like the best player ever. So he won 2 goals.
This is what, volleyball?
Yeah, he won 2 goals indoor and then went to the beach and won a goal there. Right?
Is there not a lot of crossover?
The dude is only 6'1".
I would have assumed there was decent amount of crossover, or is it not? Are they 2 separate sports completely?
What, beach and indoor?
Beach and indoor, yeah.
They are now. They are now. They used to be kind of dual because a lot of the guys hit the beach to train for indoor. But
yeah, that's what I would have thought.
Now it's an NCAA sport for women and different scholarship opportunities. A lot of the girls left indoor to take their talent to the beach.
I do like volleyball, beach volleyball, way more than I do inside. I'm not sure why, though. That's about the only feminine sport that I actually would want.
All the guys sweaty pecs and washboard abs. Is that what it is?
No,
not
that's
that.
You know,
he's talking about the girls.
I would never watch the WNBA because I feel I could dominate them. So, but volleyball, that's about the only sport.
I don't know, man. Brittany Griner. I don't know. I think she can take it down.
No. Have you ever seen women compete against men? Any sport, name it. It's not even fair.
No.
It's not fair.
But we're like an elite athlete female could probably take the average guy. Like I'm sure a WNBA player could take me in 1-on-1. But if you're talking elite,
but you're like 5'6". I'm as tall as the tallest woman in there. So let's be honest.
But I think we're it's 2 different conversations. I think I hope Nico's not implying that because men can beat them that they're not interesting to watch, right? There's a reason why there's a women's league and a men's league, because women playing against women, it's interesting to watch. NCAA last year, the quarters, semis, and finals, I was watching Caitlin Clark. I wasn't watching the men play. That girl is a fucking phenom, a female player who we know could not exist in a man's world. So I think we need to be really careful that just because men can beat them doesn't mean they're not interesting or they don't deserve their recognition. Look, and viewership facts don't care about your feelings, right? It's a fact that the NCAA semis and finals last year beat the Stanley Cup finals, which is men, which beat the men's NCAA semis and finals, and beat the NBA finals every single year as far back as 2005 when Kobe played. Those are the numbers.
Yeah.
You know? Caitlin, and that was just one woman that decided to be
Caitlin Clark put all
but
that.
That was one. Right? But that was 1 year, and it's not going to happen again. And
the only reason,
the only reason the WNBA exists is because the NBA supports them, because they've been in a hole ever since they started. Nobody cares. The thing at the end of the day, bro. No, but nobody cares. Nobody cares about women's.
But that's the path.
There are some sports. There are some sports that I think the women, like for example, women's tennis is, I think, at least as entertaining as men's tennis.
I watch Serena 10 times more than I watch Djokovic.
But like Djokovic, up here in Canada, we play hockey.
She's less interesting than Djokovic. That's
you ever seen?
I'll be a while right now.
You ever seen females like women's hockey? It does.
Yeah, but Serena said she played the 200th ranked guy and beat her 6'1", 6'1", cigarettes.
She's about the.
Nico's not incorrect. I'm just saying that I think we're having 2 different conversations.
Well, I just don't find it interesting. I just don't find it interesting. Knowing that I could watch a higher level. I have no dings against women's sports, all the power. And if people want to watch them, let them fucking play, man. I have no problems with that. But at the same time, it's like, I don't like watching women fight. That bothers me.
Women's volleyball right now is more popular than men's. And the net is 7 inches lower. And you have a men's division.
I understand exactly why, bro. I
No,
fully
well,
understand.
You know what's hilarious? I don't know if it's
if
still
they
do.
sucked, then it would just be eye candy. They don't suck.
I think I've seen the beach volleyball women's at the Olympics there in Paris, and I thought that was pretty good.
Wow.
I don't know if they still do it, but they used to have like fabric restrictions. You couldn't like they made them wear skimpy bikinis.
Yeah,
Obviously,
indoor they made them wear. Indoor they made them wear briefs, like the Cuba national team. I was like, some of the girls are now like, oh my god, I would never wear that. I'm like, because you're the fucking sailor in the back of your legs. You know,
yeah.
You millennial bitches don't forgot how to do sit-ups. Like in the 90s. Speaking of the 90s team, Cuba won the gold in 92, 96, and 2000. That was a squad, and they wore briefs because there wasn't 2 ounces of fat, and no one looked at when you could ball. They don't look at you as sexual objects. You're a sexual object when people become bored, right? Like Nico said, this isn't moving as fast as men, so I'm just gonna look at some ass.
I don't think, and I don't think everything's sexual. You can see like a woman like
look at his face. Sorry.
Like if you go,
I have, and I will.
Like if you watch, you watch women's.
Blame me all you want. It's not gonna fucking stop me from doing it. I can guarantee you that.
You watch like women's pole vault, right? And they have these skimpy outfits, and their bodies look amazing, and you can appreciate the form without sitting there being like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna rub one out." Like, not everything has to be sexual, if it is appreciation of the human form, right?
Why do you always have to take it a step above? All I'm saying is I appreciate the effort. I'm not rubbing one off as I'm watching the Olympics. Like, what type of pervert do you take me for? Plus, you know what?
I wasn't talking about you. No,
but hold on.
Just let me finish this thought here. I wasn't talking about you.
The biggest problem is that nowadays, I don't even know if it's a woman or a dude, so I'm not rubbing anything off.
The giant
I'm not taking that chance. You know how hard it would take for me to accept that afterwards? That's a dude. No!
It's a dude, bro. But I can remember from the Olympics, some of the women's beach volleyball players were wearing very skimpy bikinis, and there was just on the feminist discourse was like, look, they made them do this. I'm like, really? You don't think women with some of the best bodies in the world might just want to show it off? Like,
they don't know the beach culture.
Give women some agency here, like,
right? But the women that play beach volleyball, almost 90% of them are in the beach culture, so they're gonna wear bikinis. They're comfortable in bikinis. They don't want the tan lines. They're comfortable in their own skin. They're like, how can I walk on the beach with a bikini, but when I'm wearing my panties, I run away when guys are watching me? It's like it's the same fuck. So guys, women out there, we're fucking stupid. You're wearing panties or you're wearing a bikini bottom. Why are you running away when you're wearing granny panties, but you wearing a crotch chopper and just letting your behind show? We don't know the difference. Stop running. we're good either way. Nico's like, we're good either way.
Man, at one point they know what they're doing. Most women, if they're offended by this, they need to realize that men do not design women clothes. Women design women. Even our clothes is not designed by straight dudes. Our clothes is designed by gay guys. We're not straight men are not out there creating clothing for creating clothes. Exactly. See, Jason knows exactly. He's from California. It's not gay down there. It's just being manly, but whatever. But the point is that,
brother,
we do not create that clothes for women. They do. And it's not men that judge women on the way they look. It's other women.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
We didn't even get started yet.
Yeah. Oh, but I did want to say, just to bring it back to
he's got to unfreeze. Nico froze.
Nico's just
and that's how we want to remember that face until he comes back. Yeah, no, you had a thought. We could finally let Rob get a word.
I was gonna say, just go back to that talk about like dominant sports athletes. You ever see Babe Ruth stats in like I'm thinking it was like 19, 18 or 20 maybe. Right. Motherfucker had like 61 home runs. And it was
84 ribbies.
Yeah, and it was like, I think it was more than 90% of teams. Like the average that most teams had was like 40. Like the whole team.
Yeah.
He, like Babe Ruth himself had more home runs than like 90% of the other teams in the league. I
also want you to consider this too, Rob. You have 184 RBIs. They weren't even playing 162 games.
No, and
so that's you get to 184 ribbies and play like 150 with 12 games less. That's a test, even a bigger test.
that's the dead ball era too, right? I mean, I'm actually gonna look up those stats here right now, since we might have some time here before Nico figures it out.
Well, I'll talk during this time. So Babe Ruth, think about it. One of the years he hit as many as 60 home runs, and that record stood for almost a half a decade. That's 35, 40 years.
It only got beaten in the steroid era, right?
Roger Maris, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you consider that this guy hit 60 home runs in multiple seasons, right? Not one season, but one season got as high as 184 RBIs. In a season where you only played 150 games, not even 162 games, that's wild. Like football, they're playing an extra game. So all of those records, rushing records and passing records, are probably going to be shattered because now they're playing 17 games instead of 16 games. So big up to Babe Ruth, man. Nico, in your absence, that's what we're talking about. The old school baseball guys.
So talking about bats and balls.
Yep. I bring my bats and balls. I'm from Brooklyn, so I know how to work a bat.
Hey, can I?
Believe me, I know that. I have no doubt about that.
I just want to show you guys.
You know that came out wrong, right?
This is just what you guys see this here?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, let me so here we have let me see, Babe Ruth here. He has hold on. Babe Ruth.
Yeah, so Nico, I think it's like that 60 home run record wasn't broken until like 40 years later. Roger Maris hit 61 past Babe Ruth.
I'm just gonna pick a year here. 59 home runs in 1921. So remember that number, 59 home runs. If we go over here and look at the American League, right, and look at the rest of the other teams in the league,
okay.
Here's home runs. He had more home runs than the Detroit Tigers, the Cleveland Indians, the Washington Nationals, the Chicago White Sox, and the Boston Red Sox in one fucking year. Like,
something you need to be mindful of. The shortest right field in the league was Yankee Stadium right field. So if you ever hear the legendary Babe Ruth pointing the bat this way,
that's the house
pointing the bat,
right?
because that's the shortest distance to get a home run. So if you ever hear the legend or the myth of Babe Ruth just taking his bat and pointing it to the right,
calling a shot,
that's the reference. Yankee Stadium, right field, I think it was only 327 feet, which guys, guys these days can tip file that. No, that'll be a home run. So
fuck yeah, 327.
Nico's back.
So are we good to go, or you guys still want to talk about shafts and balls?
Bats and balls.
Bats and balls?
No, this time I said shaft and balls. What's going on, Perry?
Yeah.
He left the bat
hanging.
Hey, Nico, let's roll, baby. I see Jasmine Crockett all the time. What's up?
Oh, Jesus. This is going to be an interesting one. Did you see the dumb shit that she's been saying?
I'm coming in fresh.
Oh, I like it. Do you want to download the other video and put it through? Because
you want the
second one you have, I see that you have the Mike Walsh response. So those are the three things. Before we get into it, there's three subjects that I found we should talk about. First off is Crockett, Jasmine Crockett, the dumb comments that she passed about Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, and what she said about Tesla. Also, the second thing I wanted to talk about is Mike Walsh. He's supposedly taking accountability for SignalGate, which
one is Mike Walsh?
Really, but not the one that's loaded right now. Is Mike Walsh. He's the guy that created the Signal group that pretty much invited. I don't want to ruin it, but he's the one that created the Signal group. He's the one that's in trouble. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about is Chrystia Freeland. She is now the transport minister in Canada, but she was the finance minister under Trudeau, and she likes to freeze assets. She just froze $43 million in Tesla EV rebate because of the American tariffs. Yeah, it is. She is such an idiot. But either way, this is what we're talking about today. And I don't know if Rob, you found
some Canadian invasion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. We'll do it.
I hadn't messed with U.S. money and find out.
Oh, bro.
All right. So
it is the dumbest thing. Let's do this.
All right. We'll start here with Jasmine.
Welcome back. Here's to live now from Fox. I'm Andrew Kraft. Let's talk about Texas politics.
So just so you guys know, the video is about 4 or 5 minutes long, but it talks about her 2 comments. She made one about Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, and then she made one about Elon Musk, but they put it all together. So the video is very good, but we'll probably end up stopping it. But just letting you know, this is all about Jasmine Crockett and her dumb comments.
That's really making its way, though, to Washington and nationwide. We have a live picture there over the Dallas area skyline here because the Democratic Congresswoman that represents the Dallas area, her name, Jasmine Crockett, is in some hot water after making some disparaging comments related to Governor Greg Abbott at a gala in Los Angeles sponsored by the Human Rights Campaign over the weekend here. Now,
Keep that in mind. Human Rights Campaign, and listen to the comment that she makes. It's so ironic.
HRC, the Human Rights Campaign, that's a prominent LGBTQ organization here. I'm going to stop talking. I'll let you listen in. This is what Congresswoman Crockett said over the weekend. Let's watch.
Wheels down there. Come on now. And the only thing hot about him is that he is a hot ass mess.
So she's talking about Governor Greg Abbott that is stuck in a wheelchair because he got crushed by a tree a few years ago. So you got a Democrat out of Dallas that is at an LGBTQ rally about humans' right, making fun of somebody that's handicapped.
I mean, like personally, I think everyone should be free to, you know, make whatever fun of whoever they want. However, you can't ignore that this is the side that is, you know, the fucking the tone police, the microaggressions, the trigger warnings, the ones who always. So like you can't have it both ways. You can go around policing people's speech, or you can not. But if you do, you can't expect to just, you know, get a pass when you go and do the exact same thing that you demand everyone else not do. Did we lose him again?
Nico? Yeah.
Nope.
No, I'm being kicked out of the McDonald's here. They don't like the fact that I'm speaking. So just continue doing what you're doing. I'll come back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, while this video is on freeze, and again, without me seeing the video in its entirety, I
can keep it going. I'll keep going there. Jason.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so that was Congresswoman Crockett there referring to Governor Abbott as the Hot Wheels governor, but then going on to describe him as a hot A mess there. Anyway, Fox's Stephen Dial, he's on this story there. He's from Fox 4 in Dallas. Let's listen.
Dallas Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett is being called out by other elected officials for her comments last Saturday at a human rights campaign event.
Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now.
I mean, I actually think it's funny. I mean, I think it's a pretty funny thing, but
hey guys, I apologize. They're kicking me out. If I don't leave, they're going to arrest me. So
we're going to watch the rest of the video. While you're moving, we're going to watch the rest of the video.
Are you going to jump on somewhere else, or
like 5 minutes?
Yeah,
right?
I'll jump out from my car. So yeah, because I don't really feel like getting arrested in Alabama.
No,
so I'll be right back.
We don't need you to go to Venice, El Salvador, man.